Thousands of pro-life supporters gathered in Washington, D.C. on Saturday to celebrate the anniversary of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade was considered to be unconstitutional by many in the pro-life community, and even abortion champion, the now deceased Ruth Bader Ginsburg, didn't think Roe v. Wade was properly reasoned. For the pro-life movement, June 24th is a day for rejoicing, but also a launchpad for the future.
It wasn't the twilight of our mission, friends, but a new dawn for our nation. Life is indeed winning in America, as 25 states have laws on the books that now protect preborn children when they begin to feel pain at 12 and a half weeks, when their little heartbeats can be heard, or the moment their very life began at conception. However, in all honesty, we must acknowledge that we are, in fact, living in the divided states of America. Divided states. A nation of free-to-born states and others that are free to kill.
Even though there have been many men fighting for the rights of children in the womb, the pro-life movement has been mostly led by women. Women have been assaulted by abortion supporters, and female leaders have gone toe-to-toe with abortion advocates in debates.
So you want to create, so you believe that we should have a sliding scale of what it means to be a human person.
We already have that sliding scale. We do it at death. That's why when we go back to the, I'm going to ask again. No, I'm not answering the question until you answer this question.
Do you think it's okay to kill someone when they're unconscious?
No, because I said capacity to deploy consciousness.
What do you mean by capacity to deploy
consciousness? As in all of the parts in your brain are functioning and working and can deploy a conscious experience.
So an embryo who is developing their brain will absolutely have the capacity to deploy.
Will implies it doesn't yet.
Why are you being age discriminatory against that
because
child
when
for
you
not
say,
having fully developed?
No, hold on, wait, you can't just ramble and ask me a question. You ask me a question. If you're going to ask me...
There are, of course, men who debate pro-aborts as well, but there is an underlying rot within some Catholic circles that must be addressed, and that is boisterous commentary from some supposedly Christian men who hate the idea of women working so much that they will praise a pro-abort man over supporting a pro-life woman.
These people are supposed to be representing pro-lifers, and all I hear is this guy is like, no, that's not what I was saying. Just answer the question.
Now, it is perfectly reasonable to debate a person's debate performance. However, these types of men aren't interested in actual success in the pro-life movement, but in keeping women out of it.
They clearly are not trained in debate, let's put it that way. And I just think that this is a difficulty with nonprofits in general, is that you have the face of the nonprofit. So in Students for Life of America, it's Kristen Hawkins, and for, what is it, Live Action News, is it called?
I think it's Live Action.
Live Action, yeah, and you have Lila Rose. Okay, and they're great, and they do some good work in their own fields. But the face of your organization should not necessarily be the one who's debating and this and that. They might be great at giving talks and at a conference but if you're going to be in a debate out there, hire someone on your team who's really good at debating.
I'm actually gonna depart a little bit from what you're saying.
Sure.
You're right about what you're saying.
Yeah.
But no, I actually don't think that they belong even doing those things. To be perfectly honest with you, giving talks, doing all those other things, they're never going to be as good at that as a guy like Destiny. Destiny has all of his facts straight. He can argue in a linear way. He can write in a way that's rhetorically nice and witty and fun and all those things. They're demonstrating that if they can't even string that up in their own heads, that when they write it down, yes, they might be able to give a somewhat inspiring speech. But the people that they're going to inspire are not the people that Destiny is going to inspire. They're going to inspire women.
These wannabe alpha dogs preach masculine values and encourage men to get involved, but often don't do anything themselves to start up an organization for the preborn, or any cause for that matter. What they care about is making incendiary statements to rack up the views with no goal in mind other than to profit off of ongoing controversies. And that is a dangerous road for a man to travel, because when you start belittling women in the name of preserving masculinity, well, that isn't a Christian sentiment. Did God establish the ideal family? Absolutely. God wanted men and women to be a holy partnership that honored God above all else. What God did not do was give men carte blanche to be a-holes about it. Feminism didn't just explode out of nowhere because women rejected God, at least not at first. But women were tired of being mistreated and abused by their husbands. If men don't create a healthy environment in the home, women have no obligation to suffer abuse. Now, there are men who want to put the genie back in the bottle, so to speak. They say that they are striving for what God wants, but in reality, they just want the right to treat women as maids that they get to have sex with. If you think I'm just making all this up, I've worked with these men. I quit working for a supposedly Catholic organization after it hired this commentator and others like him, who went on to promote anti-women rhetoric. I had female co-workers who thought they were working in support of their faith feel humiliated to have their male peers make disparaging remarks about women whilst management remained silent. Going back to Saturday's abortion debate, cowardly Catholic men have no problem thumping their chest on camera to issue their challenge to the pro-aborts.
I have a degree in philosophy. You have a PhD in Marian theology. We have all of this knowledge sitting here right now.
I know.
Destiny, anytime, buddy. Anytime, buddy.
It's all a farce. I sent an email to debate with this guy's immature view on women and naturally received no response. Now, you'd be correct in saying that I don't have an audience of my own yet, so it isn't really worth it to them to accept my challenge. Well, it also does indicate a cowardly hypocrisy since they're willing to do that to others. This wannabe alpha male would be at an immediate disadvantage if he debated with me, because I have actually deployed to combat, served in law enforcement, and I gave up that life to serve my faith, only to discover such inadequacies. Now, I don't like traveling down the same train of thought as he does, because if we look at it that way, there are men who have done far more than I have, which makes that whole predicated concept wrong from the start, and why I prefer that men simply take action rather than thump their chests. Last year, when I took off from this organization, I lived in the Republic of Artsakh for 5 months in order to teach kids boxing. Simple stuff, really. Now, I won't be able to return there until the international community stops Azerbaijan from continuing its blockade of Artsakh. In the meantime, I would like your support to raise money for another project. I have done previous reporting on Pakistani Christian girls who are abducted by their Muslim neighbors to be forcibly married. I'd like to produce a documentary in Pakistan to show the beauty of their lived faith while also highlighting their struggles, so that people in the international community will offer them more support. If you'd please, donate in the link below, and also please like and share this video and subscribe to their channel. It'll help immensely. Real men don't belittle women. They put their own life on the line to protect others and show the love of Christ. I'm Trey Blanton. God bless you.